up, Long Beach? Welcome back to your home for everything local sports. It's JJ.
And Tyler, and this preview video is brought to you by the fine folks at Naples Rib Company.
All of our Lakewood High athletics coverage is sponsored by JP Crawford, class of 13.
And all of our season previews this year are sponsored by Vertical Rays.
Last we saw the Lancers, they didn't have a stadium, but everything is looking better at Lakewood coming off a disappointing season. New stadium with turf, head coach Justin Utupo running a very organized practice because they've got more than 100 players out here. And if you're going to read this red book by its cover, Tyler, this is the best Lakewood has looked preseason since Thad McNeil. And that's saying something.
It is saying something. If you're a Lancers fan, you got to have your ears perked up after hearing that. Utupo said it all starts with the captains, and that's all about the returning defensive linemen, Noah Mallon on the left and Rakeem Moore on the right. These two have incredible motors that just don't quit, and they'll be surrounded by some talented guys like Kenai Foster.
Obviously, all of those great Lakewood football teams started with their front seven. Utupo very excited about this front seven, led by The Rock and Mallon. Lancers coach is also hoping to reinstate that Red Swarm attitude on the defense. That was fierce when Utupo was there. The linebackers going to be led by Tyree McCowan, Montre Mingo, and EJ Balthazar. McCowan could be a guy this year. They just got to create more turnovers. They got to create more havoc on the defensive end to get the ball to this new offense.
And that new offense at Lakewood will be unrecognizable with Damon Lampkin as the offensive coordinator. The Lakewood alum has coached at LBCC and is bringing the no-huddle attack for his returning quarterback, Captain Braden Downen, to orchestrate after throwing for over 2,000 yards and 13 touchdowns last season.
They want the ball out of Braden Downen's hands very quickly to simplify the reads, make sure they can keep that tempo up because they want to just run to the line every single time they run a play. At its best, it'll look like this against Compton last year. Quick, open passing lanes, then right back on the ball again.
Big, quick energy, JJ. It's really important. Downen also averaged over 6 yards per carry with 6 touchdowns last year. But the Lancers have some great running backs they can go to. Team captain Caleb Foster is ready to have a breakout season using his vision and downhill running style.
Along with Foster will be returning playmaker Zion Smith, who averaged almost 75 yards per game last year. As you see here on this TD catch and run against Compton, Smith can take it to the house at any point. They're going to try to move him around a lot to find him space.
Yeah, he's a guy that you just have to keep your eye on, JJ. And he also is the type of kid that gets the practice a little more turnt. You know, he busts off a big play, everyone gets to celebrate, and these practices are competitive and fun.
Yeah, it's because they got good chemistry, and in terms of receiving core, Downen has got some good options. He's going to start with Rakeem Ray Brown Jr., though. He averaged over 15 yards per reception last season, and he's just kind of got the ability to find open space, so when Downen can move like he just does right there, Ray Brown is already on his second move on the route tree, so he can be open right here. This is a good example of it against Milliken, right? Kid just never stops his route, and you need that in an offense like this that really never stops moving because of that tempo.
Sakeem, never stopping, baby. When asked what's improved the most this season, Downen said his O-line, led by tackles Michael Salinas, Jay Tuala Harris, Isaac Pasquale, at center guards Brendan Raygoza and Abraham Sanchez.
With all this positive momentum, the numbers are up. Youth programs getting back involved at Lakewood. This is a very important season for the Lancers. It starts against Orange Vista Friday to open that new John Ford Stadium, and then the Moore League starts against Poly on September 16th, and everybody in red has a circle around October 7th, taking on Milliken.
We want to thank all of our sponsors, including Ocean Law Center, for their support of local sports coverage. And if you want to keep up with the Lancers and all of Long Beach football, you know you got to keep it locked right here at the562.org.